welcome back. My name is Lydia and I make little videos on the internet, one of which you're watching right now. And today's video is going to be a little bit of a vlog. I was watching a video this morning about agency and self-respect and like utilizing creation as like a form of self-respect. And devoting yourself to your creative practice as a ritual of self-respect. I'll link it down below. I like this creator a lot. I really enjoy her videos. I enjoy her podcast episodes. But in the video, she spoke about just trying to commit to an hour a day to her creative practice. Not like, and I took that to mean not like the editing process or the like making it for the internet process, but like an hour a day of like committing to her creative practice. And so that's what I'm gonna try in this video, and I'm gonna take you along with me as I try and commit an hour a day to my creative process. I'm not starting off the strongest in the world because I have to go to work. But my goal is to get down to it after I get off work. But I've already taken care of like my like cleaning and my meal prep and things like that I needed to accomplish today. So I feel good about that, but I'm committing an hour a day to my creative practice. I'm hoping that within this journey, it'll open my eyes to how much kind of time I actually have to create, and how much time I can actually realistically invest into my creative practice and then into my own self-respect, which I think is cool. I think that that's a cool link. So if you're enjoying this video, give it a like. If you want to see more, I implore you to subscribe, and we'll just get right into it. But first, a moment for my little nails. Every time I see it, it's like dopamine. So perfect. This is Banquet of Breadcrumbs by Mooncat. I've been on my Mooncat grind recently. And this one is like so cute. Like little beetles. I got 10 little beetles on my fingers. So cute. Okay, now let's get into it. Okay, howdy. I just got back from work and dinner with my roommates, and now I am starting my hour of working on my little projects. It's currently 8:41, so I'll stop at 9:41. The project that I'm working on is my Valentine sweater. I just picked up all of the stitches on the second sleeve. And as a refresher, all I have left to do on her, I have one sleeve. I have to weave in the ends on the sleeves. And then I'm going to extend the bottom by 15 more rows and then block her. And that is what I have to do for my Valentine sweater. But that's what I'm starting on today. Thought I would just pick something super easy, a project that I already have in the works. Hopefully one of these days I can pick up sewing and work more on my Christmas stockings, because I'm really missing sewing. But I feel like if I just like jump into like a really large project without like warming myself up first, I'm gonna be a little bit discouraged. So maybe tomorrow or Wednesday I'll get a little work done on my stocking. But for today, just doing some knitting. This will also be interesting just to see how much I like can do in an hour. I have no clue. So I'll see y'all in 1 hour. Okay, it is now 9. Don't look at my iPad. It's 9:45 and the piece de resistance. An hour, I was able to do about 16 rows. So like one full cycle of the stripe pattern, and I'm pleased with that. Honestly, the bigger deal was like picking up the stitches and just getting started, because now I can pick it up anytime and work on it. But with that, it is just about my bedtime. So I'm going to set it down for tonight. That was my progress for my first day of intentionally committing an hour of my day to my creative process as a ritual of self-respect. So I'm really excited. I feel accomplished. I feel good. I feel warm. I feel full. I feel sweet. And it's about to be a good week. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Howdy. So today is not the next day, but it's the next day. It's Wednesday. Yesterday, after I got off work, before I went and got drinks with friends, I had my little hour, and it ended up being more like an hour and 15, hour and 20, which was nice, of time invested into my creative practice, which I'm hoping that this video isn't just me working on my sweater for a week, but maybe that's what it'll end up being. So we'll see. With my sweater, which I filmed like the tiniest clip, but I was kind of in like a crowded coffee shop situation, and I'm not yet that confident in speaking on video in public like that. So you just get a tiny clip from yesterday, but I'll show you my progress. I probably did another, like, I want to say, oh no, okay, in my loose in my bag, I probably dropped 15 stitches. Oopsie. So I'll have to go back and remedy that. But I made a little bit of progress. I think that I'm still like a little bit like disheartened. I'm only, obviously, of course, 3 days into this little challenge, but I'm feeling, I think, a little teeny tiny bit disheartened, because all I want to do is craft. I just want to do my crafts. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to do my crafts. But I suppose that is just the way the cookie crumbles, and all I can do is what I can do, and basically just keep it pushing. So that's what I shall do. And I am gonna go to work, and then I'll see you all later this evening for my hour of crafting. Okay, so I'm on my way. I'm walking to work. I spent this morning at like a little coffee shop accomplishing some things. I have my sit and stitch tomorrow, which is very exciting. I emailed a couple of different venues this morning about hosting the one in May. I've got the one in April organized. I'm gonna do it in a cutie little park, which is so exciting. So if you're in Atlanta and you've been wanting to come to Sit and Stitch, I'll have it all linked down below. You can follow me, and I'll post the flyer early this week after I finish posting excerpts from my current Sit and Stitch, which is tomorrow, which is so exciting. I'm so excited. But I also got my hour of creative time in, and I think that this project has taught me a couple of different things. First being that maybe I don't actually have, I was really hoping it would teach me and show me that I have like a little bit of extra time. Maybe I have more time than I thought to work on my projects and such. But I think that it's kind of teaching me that maybe I don't actually have an hour in a day to work on everything, which I think is disappointing. But I think that there's a few things that I can do to go about combating that. Actually, I used to keep like a purse project and then like an at-home project, so like something small, maybe the pattern was pretty simple or like repetitive, that didn't have a lot of like yarn changes in my purse, and I could like work on it 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there when I'm waiting for the bus, waiting for the train, on my break at work. And I guess I, for somewhere along the way, just kind of stopped doing that. But I'm picking that up again. So this morning I was working on what is going to be part of like a bigger project, but is currently just like one strip of like 2x2 ribbing on some hobby yarn. I think it's 8x4. They're just like Cotton Friends yarn. So just with that, working on that. And I think that maybe will help. Maybe I don't have always an hour collectively all at one time in a day, but maybe I have kind of an hour throughout my day in between all of the other things that I'm doing. So I'm giving that a whirl. I was feeling really disheartened, but I think that I'm feeling happy and I'm feeling hopeful. I'm feeling excited for Sit and Stitch, and I'm excited to finish this little challenge out strong and see how I can then go forward and implement it more into my like everyday life. So day of Sit and Stitch. I had a work meeting this morning, and now I'm walking to Grant Park, which is going to be the location for my April Sit and Stitch. But I'm trying to scope out like coordinates so I can tell everyone where we should meet. I think it's going to be really cute. The weather's been really nice, so I'm hoping that a month from now, which I guess honestly, who knows, but I'm hoping that the weather's beautiful. And then I've secured a location inside for May, because it'll probably be just like a little bit hotter by then and people won't want to sit outside for that. It is currently Monday, the last day of my little challenge of sorts. I don't think that this was completely not fruitful. I think that it was a little bit like confirming a suspicion that I had that maybe I don't have as much time as I thought, which is disappointing. But also, when you really want something, I think that sometimes it can take an experience like this, where you're pausing and sitting and reflecting and planning, to kind of help you work around it and figure it out, which is what I think that I've done. After my stitches fell out in my Valentine sweater, I put a halt on it. I did put them back, but I have put a halt on it. I then picked up a smaller project, which is going to be part of like a slightly bigger project, but I'm going to keep it in my purse. I used to keep a little purse project all the time, and I would work on it like on the train, on my break at work. And then in an attempt to have like less in progress whips, I just kind of stopped doing that. So I picked that back up, and let me show you the progress on that. Which this design currently only exists up here. So I'm working on a sketch so I can better illustrate my plan to y'all. But this is where I'm at. I'm using some Hobby Friends 8x4 in the color 44. It's this gorgeous light pink. and I'm just doing a quick 2x2 rib. This is 26 stitches wide, and then I'm working on a larger panel. This one is 60 stitches wide with that same 2x2 rib. My goal is to do like a little capped sleeve boat neck t-shirt that's paneled, kind of sewn together, but not sewn together all the way at the top and the bottom, with like the corresponding yarn, and then as like a decal to like add on to it, I have this same yarn in like a darker pink shade, and I want to make some like really long I-cords of it and imitate a kind of stitching over the like seams of the paneling of the sweater. By doing the little panels, I'm able to keep it like a smaller project until I have to like sew it all together, but by the time that I'm sewing it all together, it's done. So this has been really nice. I love to work with a really fine yarn. I like to work with like a thicker yarn. I like that it works up quickly, but it is so satisfying for my hands and for my heart to work with a really, really fine yarn. I'm gonna end it here. I think that this is a practice that I'm gonna at least try to continue, especially with like trying to like accumulate an hour of creative time. I love to make things with my hands, even if it is slowly. Like I feel like I don't need to make things very quickly, but the time that I spend working on my little projects is very important to me, and it's very important for my heart and my soul, my mental well-being. So obviously I'm gonna do my best to keep implementing this practice and this like ritual of self-respect. And like I said, I'll link that video down below that kind of inspired this video, so you can go watch it. I really, really, really like her videos, and I feel like she's got a lot of really good things to say. So you should go watch it if you get a chance. If you like this video, give it a like. If you want to see more, I implore you to subscribe, and I will see y'all guys in the next video. Okay, bye.